I'm just gonna say fuck YouTube to get it out of the way. Sorry. Howdy, I'm back. Sorry for dipping for a few months. I just got caught up in doing other shit, and then I played Miles Morales again. I'm gonna try to get a video on that soon. And then I was playing Splatoon 3 and Overwatch, as you can see by the gameplay. And then I got fucking COVID. So a lovely time pass. So you've seen the title. We're just gonna jump straight into it. I've only got one major rule. If I've seen a film before, but it was before 2020, it's fine to go on the list if I rewatched it this year. There are only a few films that follow that rule, but I thought I'd mention it before you're like, you've never seen that film before? I thought you've seen that before. You've mentioned it before. It's like, yeah, I know, I have seen it before, but it's on the list. So, let's just jump straight into the biggest piece of dog shit I saw this year.
Michael! Don't leave me here! Michael! Help me!
Where to start with Morbius? Well, I don't feel like I can start, because I don't remember anything that happens in this shit-ass fucking film. Like, I remember he goes to prison, Milo meets him there and feckin' walks with him. Honestly, even though I distinctly remember watching this in a call with a friend, and it was really fun at the time, kind of, and it was pretty short, thankfully, I couldn't tell you a fucking detail. All I know is the film isn't, it's like, once you watch the movie, it just ruins the ironicness of the joke. So now, like, the shitty Morbius shitpost is just not funny anymore. Not much I can say. Let's get on to number 20.
With great power comes great virginity.
So, Spider-Man Far From Home is one of the movies of all time, and I think it's really shit. I liked it when I first saw it. That's about it. I rewatched it while building my Daily Bugle this year, and it fucking sucks. The plot is terrible. Mysterio as a villain could work really well, and he's probably my favorite Spider-Man villain. I think the idea of a special effects worker doing all this goofy shit is great. But they fucking ruin him here. I like the casting of Jake Gyllenhaal in the role. I think he adds a great charisma and charm to the character. And that final end sequence is like the main reason it's not a 1. This film fucking sucks. Don't watch it. So on to number 19, I guess. So, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness really fucks up the idea of multiverse shit, and that's really disappointing. I'm not even a big Doctor Strange fan, and I was hoping for this film to be good. I liked it when I watched it, but, like, it's just there. So, not much I can say. I like that Wanda is pretty much just a horror monster in this movie. That's great. But, otherwise, I couldn't be fucking bothered. It just sucks. It just sucks. Next movie.
What's he gonna do? Oh!
He's pulling his cock out!
Octo!
Oh my god!
Wow.
Despicable Me 2 is definitely one of the movies of all time. Is it particularly good? No, not at all. It's pretty bland. Juggles a ton of plot points. They really start to shove minions down your throat. But, I think this just gets off nostalgia. I particularly remember watching this at, like, late at night when I was, like, 8 in an Apple store for some reason, or, like, some tech store, who fucking knows. It's like, it was pretty much an Apple store from what I can remember. I don't know, that's about all I remember. Lean minions are kind of funny in concept. And that's about it. This also gets pretty high because it's better than, like, most everything Illumination's ever made, so, I mean, that's good, I guess. So I guess just, that's it. Return of the Jedi is definitely a movie that kinda sucks. It doesn't feel proper for a conclusion for the original trilogy, even, back in, like, 83. The ending is great, and that final, like, the third act is pretty solid. The Ewok shit fucking sucks, of course. But there's just so many action scenes that don't make sense. Like, Han should have stayed dead. We didn't really need that. We could have worked that shit in the start a bit better. There's, like, a speeder bike chase, and honestly, I think the biggest mark is I was completely enthralled watching Star Wars and The Empire Strikes Back, but when I got to Return of the Jedi, I was just sitting there, and I was just, like, I zoned out halfway through, and then I hopped in a call with one of my friends on Discord. Like, that is just a mark of I do not give enough shits about this film. So, next movie.
This is why only fools are heroes. Because in this world, you either drip or drown, Spider-Man.
I can't wait to get a myriad of comments fucking thrashing me. But, I do not like Spider-Man No Way Home that much. It's mediocre at best. It's fine. It's not like, you know, bottom of the barrel. It's still a 6 out of 10. I feel like there's just so much wrong with this film. Character choices, plot writing, simple plot elements. The fact that people are like, oh, it's great that we finally have the full Spider-Man origin story. Bro, it took us 3 solo films and 6 total film appearances in like a multi-film saga to get here. Excuse me? What? But they won't even dedicate one film to, like, a character like Moon Knight or something, right? Very goofy. Not to mention, I think the nostalgia is just pandering. Like, they just use a lot of Raimi memes and nostalgia, and people are like, oh, but the nostalgia made it worth it. Like, shut the fuck up. If you want nostalgia, go watch the original Sam Raimi trilogy. There's a reason why they all ranked higher than this fucking film. People are applauding Green Goblin as a villain, which he is good here, but I'm not gonna award this film brownie points for just stealing the homework of Spider-Man 2002. Spider-Man 2002 put in all the work, and then this film just took all the credit. It's bullshit, and I don't like this film as much. Next movie.
You didn't think I had legs, did ya? I'm like Gru, except I'm the one before Gru. I'm Gru. Ooh, got him.
Yeah, I don't blame y'all if y'all dumpster me in the comments, because I put Despicable Me above Spider-Man No Way Home. If y'all want to go ahead, honestly, go ahead. But there's not much to say. This is just, like, Illumination's best film, clearly. It actually has effort put into it, because they didn't know if it was going to succeed. It's simplistic and at least charming enough. The minions aren't, like, overbearing, and I just actually really enjoy this film. I guess next movie already. That shit was quick.
What happened?
Is there anything I can really say about Spider-Man 2002 that hasn't been said? It's not my favorite piece of Spider-Man media, but this film was so influential and is pretty much the quintessential superhero movie. And it was pretty innovative in an era where, like, the only big movies at the time were, like, fucking what? Blade, Daredevil, and the X-Men movies, which I've heard are good, but I can't be bothered right now. Not much to say. It's a solid movie, and also Willem Dafoe is great. And I actually do enjoy Toby in the role of Peter Parker a bit. So, next movie, I guess. I think I prefer Spider-Man 3 because, A, this is like the one I grew up on. Spider-Man 3 was the one I watched as a kid. I never really cared for Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man 1. Mainly Spider-Man 1. Like, I literally did not know the plot of that film until I watched it like half a year ago by this point. But Spider-Man 3 was always special to me. And also, this film is, like, really shit. It's stupid, it's campy, and, like, absolutely comical, but I love it for that. Like, it is physically impossible to not have a good time while watching this film. Like, if you have a bad time watching this film, you just did not watch the film. It's as simple as that. Not much I can really add there. Spider-Man 3 is just a masterpiece. Like, ironically, 10 out of 10 across the board. I'd give it an 11. But, like, actually, I'd give it, like, a 7. It's good. Next movie.
Female.
So The Bad Guys is pretty interesting to me, and so me and a friend watched this, just because A, I heard it was good, and we were talking about if fucking, Owen Wilson played Main Wolf, which he doesn't, but we were like, fuck it, we'll watch it, we have nothing better to do. So we watched it, we were able to, like, guess, like, every plot detail, right, like, oh, this twist is gonna happen, or whatever. but it was still enjoyable, and I also was slightly interested because I personally thought the animation style was really interesting, and it really is. This film is honestly one of my favorite things DreamWorks has put out ever. I really enjoy it, and there's not much wrong with this film. Also, the Fox has so much fucking porn. Like, I immediately, like, 20 minutes in, I was just like, well, hold on, let me look up how much she fucking has, because she has like, hundreds, and she has, like, thousands, I think, now. It's fucking insane. Anyways, next movie. Go watch this shit. It's great.
Of course you do. It's like my Uncle Kagi once said, with great power comes great big booty bitches.
Spider-Man 2 is so fucking good, man. Like, it's just such a good movie. It's just, like, it is just, I don't know how to describe it. Let's just get it out of the way. I love the puppetry on Doc Ock's arms and how they're actually physical props. That's amazing. I adore that. But, I guess I should start off by saying, remember how I said Spider-Man 1 is like the quintessential superhero movie earlier? I lied. It's actually Spider-Man 2. Like, I can't even call this film formulaic. Like, you can't call it formulaic when it invented the formula, right? But not much else to say. This movie's just really solid. On to the next one.
Looks like you're going to the Shadow Realm, Jimbo. Oh, it's just down the street, next to the Chick-fil-A.
What more can I really say about Lego Batman movie? It's really funny, surprisingly. Like, I can actually chuckle aloud to this. It's got an incredible interpretation of Batman himself. And the relationship and dynamic between Joker and Batman is just amazing and so homoerotic. Solid 9 out of 10 recommendation. Just go watch it yourself.
Remember, son, dying is gay. Yes, father.
Bro, Batman Under the Red Hood is so fucking good. This is easily the second best Batman movie ever. If you catch me on a certain day, I might say it's the best. It just adapts the Red Hood story so well, and it doesn't try to be cheeky like, who is the Red Hood? Like, it fucking expects you to know it's fucking Jason Todd. Okay, it literally goes out of its way to tell you that too. You know, it's not a secret. And the film just does everything really well. Nothing bad here. And it's really nice and short. Like, it doesn't spend more time than it needs to. It's like an hour and 20 minutes. Go watch it right now. Like, right now. So, as an avid hater of the first Black Panther film, which I just genuinely think delivers its message poorly, Black Panther 2 Wakanda Forever was a breath of fresh air, and is easily the best Marvel movie in years. It just is a film about people being just horribly depressed, and it is amazing for that. The CG is actually really good here. Props to the heavily overworked animation department. And also, Namor is just an incredible villain. Like, he's just threatening rather than a joke. Super solid movie, go check it out.
Richardson Fitzgerald, Fazbear the Third, what hath happened? Octopus activity!
Spider-Man Homecoming still remains the best MCU Spider-Man movie ever. It's just really fun, and I'm here for it. It's so simple and grounded, and honestly, people complain about, like, oh, there's little stakes in it. I don't think there needs to be huge stakes in Spider-Man's first outing. Just look at the comics. And honestly, it is just a breath of fresh air for it to be a simpler story where Spider-Man doesn't have to go up against some crazy threat. He's literally just fucking beating up an old man who's trying to steal some shit. Like, that's great. Just a really good film. Like, most of the problems you can make with this film are just more problems with the rest of his films. So, solid film. Next movie.
Something's in my ass.
I mean, what can I actually say about the Batman? It's literally just my dream Batman film. An early year story that focuses more on the detective side of the character, with a villain heavily emphasizing that. A film that showcases the fact that Batman is Batman. You know, Bruce is fucking dead. He's just, like, fucking being weakened at Bernie's. right? And the Riddler just is an incredibly good villain in this movie. He's threatening and he really works. And I think it's really funny how he gets an army of Redditors to fucking help him out at the end. That's great. Just a solid movie, and it's long too, which is really nice. Go watch it. Next movie, I guess. Yes, I did just genuinely put Venom 130 Carnage above the Batman and just snubbed the Batman of a spot in the top 5. I'm not sorry. This film is just so fucking funny, man. Like, is it good? No, but my eyes were glued to the screen the entire time I was watching this. Like, it is just Venom and Eddie have marital problems while Carnage and Cletus have gay sex until Venom and Eddie sort out their problems and just completely outshine Carnage and Cassidy with their fucking gayness. It is not good, but I love it. On to the next movie.
Your life is nothing. You serve zero purpose. You should kill yourself now. What are you here for? To worship me? Kill yourself.
Bro, the Suicide Squad is so fucking good, dude. Like, it just takes the campy-ass nature of comic books and makes an incredible film out of that. And not to mention, something as simple as just picking Starro the Conqueror to be your villain was just an inspired choice, man. And not to mention, people die, and it's hard to predict who's gonna die. I only predicted, like, 3 people, because Peacekeeper had already come out. Why would you kill King Shark and Harley Quinn? Otherwise, just an amazing movie all around. You should go watch it.
Dudes, the Empire's pretty chill. Maybe you could, like, join it or something.
Welcome, everyone, to the top 3. The Empire Strikes Back is a perfect sequel. It expands on almost every aspect the original film introduced in new and interesting ways. And it blows my mind how this film can be so good. Now, I'm gonna be honest here, these next 3 are all pretty interchangeable. If you catch me on the right day, I might say, you know, number 3 is better than number 1, or number 2 is better than number 1, or number 1 is better than both, whatever. But this film is just so good, man. It's just a pure delight. It's like, you can't watch Star Wars without putting The Empire Strikes Back on or right after, and you can't watch The Empire Strikes Back without watching Star Wars right before. It is so immaculate. This film is just a masterclass, right? And, like, also the special edition changes here are just amazing for once. Like, they're actually good, but the only major one I can think of is, like, I miss how bluntly Vader just said, "Bring me my shuttle," after his son just attempted to kill suicide after finding out that information. Just real missed opportunity. Anyways, next movie. There's not much I can really say about Sonic 2 that I haven't already said before. Like, I've already reviewed this film. This is, like, the only one I've actually reviewed besides fucking Morbius and Venom to an extent. But, it's just really good, and a really good and faithful adaptation of the games and the source material, and I just really like it. Like, there's nothing I can really point out as wrong. If you notice in my original video, I really intended that to be, like, a 7 out of 10 score when I, reviewed it, but I kind of just upped the score more, and now it's a 10 out of 10. Like, I fucking love this movie. It's so good. Honestly, I'm probably gonna watch it again right after I finish this video up. It is just so good, man. Not much I can really say. Next movie.
Epic rap battles of history! Darth Vader versus Adolf Hitler!
And at number 1, we have a film that I used to not really care for. It was fine. But I rewatched this film on the 10th of December 2022 with our number 3rd slot right after. And man, I have got to say, Star Wars 1977. I'm not calling it A New Hope. That is one of the worst titles I have ever seen. But Star Wars 1977 is such a perfect movie. This film is so good. The pacing is immaculate. The characters are excellent. And the story is simplistic, yet extremely enticing. The only problem with this film is the fact that it is so hard to get a version of the original release. you know, God's gift to mankind, right? Every version after that is really bad, in my opinion, with like 1 or 2 special edition changes being good. So honestly, if you can't get a hold, just watch it on Disney Plus. And imagine you're viewing it for the first time. Just gaslight yourself. It is the best way to watch this movie. And 2, just ignore the special effects and the special changes. You will enjoy the movie so much more if you do those 2 things. Like, people say perfection doesn't exist, and even before I watched this film, I knew that was a lie. Like, Spider-Verse exists, you know, like, that you're already wrong. But then I watched this movie, and this movie is perfection. There is nothing wrong with the movie. It is a perfect 10 out of 10. If my scoring system did 11s, it would get a 12. I fucking love this movie. So yeah, that's my ranking of all the films I watched during 2022. So, I'm gonna be a little quieter here. I'm recording this at like pretty late at night, and I'm just kind of feeling tired, right? Sorry I haven't uploaded in a while, but I thought I'd just finally get this video done, as I kept a log, finally, of all the movies I watched this year. I actually have a letterbox now, and that's where I actually reviewed these videos. Like, I didn't even have to script anything. I just checked my letterbox reviews and made adjustments if I thought some shit was worth. Because if I was going off, like, pure rankings, like, some movies would be higher, some would be lower than they were, but I had to go off personal feeling. Like, Sonic 2, I think, was the original 6th placement, but that didn't feel right to me. So, I changed the rankings around as how I felt they should have gone. Otherwise, not much to that. I guess I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.